plan different this week?
I mean, we made some adjustments, but again, we've seen each other so many times, and James and I have seen each other on tape, I mean, a million times. There's only so much you can do where you start doing stuff that isn't what you do. You still have to do what you do, and so I mean, we just tried to change how we approach the defensive end in terms of intensity, in terms of staying intense for 40 minutes as opposed to doing it in spurts.
Guard play was a big story last week. What was keeping you in strength?
I mean, I think there were some factors in that. Like I said, I think team defense-wise, we did a much better job. I think Johnny was looking at one guy all for 2 hours last week, and I think this week our team did a better. I mean, obviously Tommy did a wonderful job on him, but I think our team did a better job making them see bodies. And when you see bodies, you got to get guys making shots earlier. Then you start having to change up what you want to do in terms of attacking.
Can you talk a little bit about pace today and the importance of pace against league-leading offense?
Yeah, I mean, again, we want. I mean, there's not a lot made out of leading offense. They took the lead 2 weeks with 2 weeks left in the season. I mean, we averaged 95 points a game. They averaged 96. So we want to play. We want to play at that pace too. I mean, when it was half court for them and when it was half court for us, I mean, both teams got stagnant. I mean, they found a way to. They do a great job on Phil, you know, and we obviously for the future we got to figure out a way to loosen things up for them. But you know, I mean, you got to get out and go against this team, or you're not going to get anything easy.
Last question: 10 of the last 12 championships. How is this one different, and what's next?
I don't know how it's different. I mean, it's a different group of guys. Every year it's a different year, and I mean, these guys are special kids. I'm so happy for Kevin and Ty. I mean, it's been a long year. I mean, you guys see wins and losses, but there's been a lot of ups and downs. And I mean, for me personally, for them as a team, and them as a group, and I mean, when you think about where Kevin Churchill started in our program and where he is now, I mean, I'm so happy for him. Well, he covered Terry Thomas, who's one of the best offensive players in the country, if not the best scorer in the country. He covered him the entire game and then scored 30 on his own. I mean, he wasn't covering some guy who couldn't play. He was covering a great player. And, you know, no, athletically, if it was a one-on-one game, he'd have no chance. But he knew where he wanted him to go, and he made things tough on him. And, you know, I think it's a credit to him. I mean, Terry's a heck of a basketball player. And we were worried about that matchup for 4 straight games, and every game he found a way to. I mean, there's no Bruce Bowen going on out there, but I mean he certainly didn't make it. He made it tough.